Hi everyone, welcome to the Muster Drill. I'm Scott. The Mardi Gras and the Magic are in Amber Cove. We've got roller coasters and water slides, but no bacon. Hi everyone, welcome back. So, I wanted to talk about a couple of things that are happening in cruise news currently. Specifically, I wanted to talk about, I'm just gonna touch on them a little briefly. Of course, so to start with, Royal Caribbean's president, Michael Bailey, released a statement stating that the cruise line, out of the 13 ships that Royal Caribbean is currently sailing, they're sailing with an average of 90 to 97% vaccinated, with the majority of the unvaccinated being children who are ineligible for the vaccination. So, and he indicated out of those numbers that there's 1 to 2 cases per sailing of COVID on board, and that's after the pre-cruise testing that I guess weeds out any additional potential positive cases. So, it just basically goes to show that we're not going to get rid of COVID. We're not going to get rid of, we're going to be sailing with COVID no matter what. And in my opinion, we're just going to have to learn to live with it. This is going to be the case, and I think that there are some things that we can do, as people to, kind of mitigate the circumstances of this situation and, to help us try to get back some resemblance of our lives and our ability, to leave the house and go do things like cruising and vacationing and, so forth. So, we appreciate that information coming from Royal Caribbean, in a time when, so many people are complaining or screaming that the cruise lines aren't releasing the information, to the public about onboard cases or about COVID. We appreciate, Royal Caribbean being transparent about that. So, moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit also about Norwegian's president, CEO, Frank Del Rio's scathing comments about Florida's vaccine passport law. And it's not a surprise whatsoever, and I actually personally think it's a little funny. So, okay, Florida's a sovereign state, they can do whatever they want, but I think to be so insistent that they get to do this thing that, in my opinion, does not follow the lines of common sense. If you want people, to start cruising again, and you want people to come to your state, which relies heavily on tourism, then, you should not be fighting somebody, a business, a cruise line that wants to just basically keep its passengers safe. So, we'll see, I guess, what ends up happening with it all. Florida's appealing it, so, okay. And then finally, with the cruise news, I just wanted to say how happy we are that the Carnival Sunrise has become the first ship to call on Jamaica again in 17 months. It's another step in, getting cruising going again, and we're very happy about that. And we can't wait to get back to Jamaica again now that the ships are sailing there. So I think that's going to do it for cruise news this time around. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about my So far, my experience on the Carnival Mardi Gras. As you can see here and in my opening, the Carnival Magic has joined us here in Amber Cove. It's a absolutely positively beautiful and amazing day, and I can't wait to enjoy every second of it here. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on the Mardi Gras since we've been sailing since Saturday the 14th. We're about halfway through our cruise at this point, and I really have not experienced any kind of issue or situation on board that leads me or tells me to say, hey, cruising is different, or this is different, or that's different, or hey, everybody, let me be the first, or not the first, but the 10th person or the 50th person to tell you that something is different, or this is the way cruising is going to be now. This entire experience has been literally no different, other than the mask, than cruising was pre-COVID. I mean, the entire situation, getting on board was the same. I mean, I apologize to anybody who looked at our boarding video and said, wow, where's all the boarding? I mean, you can't record in any kind of transportation security situation. So that's why I just wanted to share my experience and tell everybody that experience, that entire process was no different than pre-COVID. I mean, it just wasn't. And neither has been my onboard experience, with the exception of people wearing masks. And in large part, everybody is complying with that when in places that they need to. I've seen like less than a handful of people not complying with it, in a situation that I thought personally, like, they didn't have a drink in their hand, they weren't eating, they weren't, in a situation where, they couldn't have a mask on, and they just didn't have a mask on, okay, or they had their mask down, or something like that. But in large part, everybody is complying with that, and the entire time on board is like perfect. I mean, it's like pre-COVID. I mean, there's no new differences. Everything is happening exactly the same as it was, and I'm having the time of my life, really. I mean, like, I'm thrilled with all of it. And okay, no, wait, no, let me back up here a second though, right? We are having to suffer every other day without bacon. But I mean, other than not having bacon every single day for breakfast, we are, the entire onboard experience has been exactly the way everybody remembers it pre-COVID, and it's been awesome. It's been just fantastic, and I am I was sitting out on my balcony and I was just watching, the world go by, and it was just, I was like, gosh, I missed this so much. And I'm so happy to be back here. And I tell you, it's going to be a bummer when I get off that ship on Saturday, because I'm going to be like, oh, when can I get back on again? I have a sailing coming up on the horizon in October, and I don't know if that's going to come fast enough for me, because I just want to get back on board again. I am all about this cruise life. I love cruising, and I'm so happy to be able to say to you that other than wearing a mask, which I personally have become very used to and accustomed to, and I have not had any issues with, other than wearing that mask when I'm inside somewhere, not out on the deck or, whatever, but when I'm inside somewhere, other than wearing this mask, the entire process, the entire experience has been exactly the same as it was pre-COVID. And I'm happy, I'm thrilled to be on board and experiencing it once again after, so long being stuck at home. So I just, I wanted to just share that with you. I'm sorry if this video went a little long because of it, but I just wanted to say, thanks for watching my videos. Please, subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to bring you, cruise content, and we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. You only have to do it once, and then it's done forever. And if you like this video, please click that like button. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.